Yeah, it is that time of the year, wrapping things up. But you probably like looking back and you're like, hey, man, this year I've made some financial choices that have rippled through to affect me, even what's going to happen in this month. The little habits that we didn't monitor, I'll pay it off next month. No, I'll save just in 2 months' time. They can actually make a huge difference. You know, when you just make those small swipes of your credit card and they build over, and then you're now in December and you're trying to catch up. There's so many things that actually can happen throughout the year that can even spoil the December celebrations. We're going to be talking about how our past money habits should shape our festive season, how to turn things around for 2026. Ernest Annandale is joining us right now. Ernest is the learning and delivery specialist within the business banking SME segment at Absa. Thank you so much, Ernest, for joining us here on Channel Africa.
Ernest. So, good morning, guys. Thank you. Morning. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you sound very, very clear and crisp there. Ernest, let's look at 2025 and look back, right? It's small habits that build up over time. And when we come to this time of the year, everything has built up, but I still want to enjoy my December, so I'm going to spend a little bit more, right?
Yeah, guys, it is so important because, why your past matters, especially in December, guys. Because for many consumers, and it's for all of us really, the festive season brings that extra pressure, that back-to-back costs. It piles up quickly. Your gifts, your groceries, your family gatherings, your school uniforms, your stationery, your transport, and loads more, especially black tax as well. Né? And this often pushes people to take on a short-term loan or their little credit and a store account. Because I heard Palesa also mention about for the nice clothes and all sorts of things.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people, they actually do it, but lenders don't make the decisions. Like Absa, we don't make the decision likely to just give you the loan. We actually go in and go and have a look. Are you reliable? Are you able to pay it off? But now you're getting into a position where you can't really pay some of these things off, right? And I always tell people, stand in your own truth, stand in your own puddle of mistakes and issues, right? Because even an old missed payment, you can still go back and just explain where you are and move on, and then pay when you have to pay, so that the interest, because the interest is the biggest killer of all things, nah? Because the result, you could pay more, far more, for that expected or that declined altogether if you want the new loan, for example, when you want to go into that new loan. But it's not all in vain. Your story matters, and you can rewrite that story. So your credit history isn't permanent, guys. And even if you haven't always handled your money perfectly, you can start repaying things now in time to enter 26 on a stronger and financial footing. So it all boils back start by checking your credit report. Where are you? Because if I ask each and every one of us at this moment in time, how much do you owe? Who do you owe? Where's your budget? How much money have you really got? It's all to do with the budgeting. Né? Look for the mistakes that you've made and highlight them so that you are aware of them. Catch up where it's overdue accounts where possible. Né? Avoid maxing out your credit during December. It is so imperative. December is a crucial month in saving something and having that plan for purchased items that you must think for. Even a simple one can shield you from that January regret, because we don't want to get into the regret phase in January and say, oh, but you know what, I've bought this and I've bought that, but meanwhile it's back, and we all fall for the trick for the Black Friday specials, and we run and we buy, but meanwhile, do you know your prices?
Yeah. Ernest, you spoke about the first step being knowing your credit report. Many of us do receive communication from our banks on a monthly basis and sometimes email, do you want to check your credit score? We either look over that email or we also don't even go into our statements. But if we happen to open these documents, what exactly are we looking for in there?
Okay, you must look for like what is your score? Have you got a good score? In the sense, are they telling you that you're in good standing? Because if you're in good standing, and credit score is free, guys, and it's very important to understand where you are, because then you can build on that. Because we all want to be in a position where you've got a property, where you've got car, where you're debt free, all these things. And credit score really assists each and every one of us. And especially now in December, you need to start thinking about like a little like pro tip that I normally give people is use this time to define your 2026 financial goals and ensure they're smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Because every half a cent that you save and you put it in a tax-free investment account, for example, okay, that we've got, you can get 36,000 Rand interest-free on that specific product. And it's a brilliant product. So by the time you get to this year, like this time next year, you've already got a nice kitty going. So you don't need to dip in and go and have a look, but you need to always be on top of your game and have a look at your credit score. Where are you? And you must maximize your year-end tax opportunities as well, because that's also very important.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, your like your tax-free investment accounts,
Mm-hmm.
you've got your retirement annuities, because there you can save up to 27.5% of your income are tax deductible. And the same with the medical aid. All your, like during the year, like you've got small kids and like maybe you were ill and you had to buy the medicine over the counter, take that, submit that to the medical aid so that it can be part of your tax like rebate right at the end, guys. It's so important.
Mm-hmm. We'll look at the details of that. Some people maybe mounted a lot of debt in the year 2025. It was a difficult year financially for many people, Ernest. And then I want us to see, how do you dissolve that? You spoke a little bit about, working on being honest with yourself. You said stay in that reality check, and you were like, if the pool is there, the puddle of pool, sit in it and deal with it. I want us to deal with
Yes.
that, because many of us avoid the debts that we have, and we wait until we get that letter that say, now you are blacklisted, and then it's too late for you to actually make amends to what could have been easily solvable. We'll look at that after the break.
Are you fluent in French, Chinyanja, Portuguese, and Kiswahili? Are you passionate about radio? And are you looking to work in South Africa? Do you have papers that qualify you to work in South Africa? In that case, we might have an opportunity for you to work for Channel Africa. Send us your CV and demo at newsroom@channelafrica.co.za. Remember, if you don't hear from us within 14 days, it means you have not made it or you have not been selected. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Hashtag on the move and connect with us.
It's Money Matters time. We speak all things personal finance, but we're also speaking about how your past money habits could shape your festive season and how to turn things around before 2026. Helping us on this one is still Ernest, Annandale, Learning and Delivery Specialist for Small Medium segment at the Absa Group. So let's speak about that. You've made the bad decisions already. We can't turn back time. 2025 was here. It came with a lot of ups and downs for many of us. And if you've gotten yourself into some debt that isn't, good debt, that isn't debt that leads you to some assets, just, you were in a tough space and you had to do something really quickly. It's December time now. It's still spending time, which is, I guess, the hardest part. If you do find time for that introspection, when you're looking at all your bills and all your statements and you found what you're looking for, how do you start consolidating this?
It is a massive task. But the first thing that you have to do is you need to be part of a winning team. So if you in a family, or even if you're on your own, you need to start talking to yourself to say, right, how am I going to win this? Because if I do understand how much money I owe and where I am at this moment in time, okay? So like, let's say I've got 20,000 Rand worth of debt and I just don't know how to pay this. I need to start thinking back and looking back into my little circle and say, right, I've got my budget, it's going, but it's not adding up because I don't have enough money, right? But then I need to start cutting certain things. Transport, for example. When I go to the shop, okay, go with a friend, or, and when you go and buy like certain items, go and buy in bulk, because now you know you've got X amount of money and you need to sort out your life. So you need to start, working with other people around you and being honest about that. Before you get in the car, start the car, and use 20 Rand worth of petrol to go and buy bread and a milk. How far is it? Can't you just take a walk, go and buy it? Because then you've already saved 20 Rand
take
worth
a walk
of
to the grocery shops. No.
And it's scary, guys, but it's the honest truth, because it's the small amounts that add up. The same
Sure.
with the electricity, the same with your water, for example. Because if you are in that specific position that for a fact, now, I can't afford this. I can't pay all my debt, my electricity, and I can't pay all my water bills and whatever. So, but I need to do something for next month because I'm now in this pickle. So harvest your water, use that for the toilet, for example, because then you're going to save on that water. The same with the electricity. If you've got a swimming pool that's running for 6 hours a day, and you know for a fact that you are in a bit of a tight spot, switch off the swimming pool and let it only run for 2 hours a day so that it doesn't go green. It's those kind of things that you need to sacrifice. It's a little bit more work for you, but that is how you get out of the swamps and out of this issue of not understanding how you're going to get out of it. The same, use your discount cards, your rewards cards, insurance. Pick up the phone and say, right, my car is now, I've got let's say a 2012 Hyundai and I'm paying 1,000 Rand a month. But I know next year this car is going to be a year older. Can I not get a decreased payment already?
Sure.
Okay, and also very important, go and have a look at your need and your want, because there's a big difference between a need and a want. And 99% of the time, people, they just want. I want this nice hair and I want these nice earrings. But is it really a need at this moment in time? You put yourself in the position. You put yourself into the debt. So your wants needs to go in a back burner for a bit until all your needs have been met. And that's my golden trick.
Ernest, they say that, ignorance is bliss. And I think that's what we do most of the time when it comes to debt. We become very ignorant. We don't open up those envelopes that come in. We just simply ignore the call of that debt collector. And that's very convenient to do so. How bad is that?
It is very bad, guys, because you know what? You don't know who you are. You don't know where you fit in. You don't understand your full standing in your own truth, as I normally say, because you need to stand in your own truth. If anyone needs to ask you as a PTY Ltd, think of yourself as a little company. Who are you? How much money have I got? How much debt have I got? What legacy will I leave behind if something should happen? It's exactly the same, and we need to change that culture, that we're more aware. Every time we get a little envelope, and I normally call it an envelope with a little window, because if you get one of those, you just want to put it one side, because those ones are the ones that tells you that, hold on, there's something inside.
We don't want to look through the window.
Exactly. And that's the important, guys. Change the culture, open it up, because then at least and you can make a plan. But the problem we've all got is you let that pile up pile up, and then you have to go for debt counseling, you have to go for all those things. But if we can change the mindset now of a lot of people, just to own up and understand who they are and where they fit in and how much they owe each and every, like debtor and creditor, then they should be fine, because then we can uplift the whole, Africa and the whole world, really.
Yeah. All right. What tips do we have now to move on from the mistakes of this year? Obviously, introspect, consolidate, and then try new things in the next year. These things that came up this year that got us into debt might come up again next year, but we need a better plan or a strategy to deal with them. What is that plan?
Oh, and it's, you know what? It sounds easy, but it's not as easy. But if you just open up a little spreadsheet, okay, and you type out all the debt you've got, and you can even break it up into your wants and your needs, so that, because like we all want the nice hair and all the like the nice things, okay, and you must put in there, you're growing your emergency fund, because anything can happen, eh? Expanding your investment portfolio, for example, reviewing and updating your will, because a lot of us, we forget about the will, and it's quite important to also plan for that and saving towards a major life milestone, because like some of us, what we want to buy a home, there's maybe education coming for the kids, maybe a business venture. And a massive tip that I can give each and every one on the call is just pay and extra on your bond, for example, or on your car loan that you've got, your hire purchase. And you can see how quickly you pay off, because you save on interest, because interest is what kills all of us, is the interest component. So the whole idea for set the financial goals for 2026 for me is that we need to hone in on the interest, because interest needs to work for you. Because if you open up, as I said before, that tax-free investment account, okay, and you just put a little bit of money in there, and it just accrues interest and interest and interest and interest, and even your salary. Like, let's say you get paid the 20th of the month, okay, but you move all your debit orders for the end of the month, the last day, the 31st, or it must come off on the 1st, nothing before. Then you score about 10 days worth of interest in your pocket that can, cover another little hole like some way until you up and running, because interest makes the world go round.
Well, Ernest, we have to leave it there. You've given us some fantastic advice. Where can people find you for more of this advice?
Look, I am with Absa, as I say.
Sure.
They can email me at Ernest.Annandale@absa.africa, and I'm always willing to help people, because at the end of the day, it's as I say, it's always important to assist the people, because right at the end of the day, we want the people to be in a better position.
Fantastic.
Because if each and every one of us is in a better position, the human race will be in a better position.
Ernest,
so thank you for having me.
Ernest, thank you so much for joining us. You've been a great help, and thank you for being so practical. That's Ernest Annandale, Learning and Delivery Specialist within the small medium segment of Absa Group. What do you think about that one? Are you now more worried about December? You're like, yo, guys, I have all these things that I need to do. Now you guys want me to do all these other things as well. Are you worried about December in your finances? What other conversations would you like us to have in our In the Cubicle feature? Remember that WhatsApp number is there for you, +2763 406 9126. Let's quickly move on and wrap up the morning sports with Musibudi.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.